Was Abraham Lincoln a president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever public figure.
Welcome back to Delulu Diaries, where the timelines don't match, but the receipts always do. Today, I'm going to go over Amberlynn's newest TikToks, where she talks about how she is at her highest weight and shows us a full day of eating. I'm going to try to stay calm, but just as a little pre-warning for you guys, my hormones are off the chart today. I am feeling really irritated with Amber. She honestly pissed me off. Like, I'm not going to lie. This feels like rage bait. I'm sick of taking her health more seriously than she does. It's like freaking disgusting, the meals she puts together for herself. She posted 4 TikToks of what she eats in a day, and it's just a joke. Like, it is just a joke. So let's go ahead and get into it. But like I said, if you're not in the mood for somebody being a little bit spicy, this might not be the one for you.
All right, you guys. So listen, I need to get it together. I weighed in at my heaviest that I have weighed in years. Years, literally. We're not going to do a whole backstory. I have genuinely been yo-yo dieting since I was like 10 years old. I'm 35 right now, so majority of my life. I kind of just want to start fresh, okay? So I'm going to be tracking my calories, and I just kind of want to document here on the good old tic-tac paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Why do I say it like that? I'll never know.
I have a couple of quick notes. I'm really hoping I can get through this part with making the most amount of sense as I can. I've already recorded it a couple of times, and it's just hard to condense. First and foremost, I don't like her attitude where she is like laughing about it, like, we need to get it together and I'm gonna go back to calorie counting, as if she's just like 300 pounds and needs to lose a little bit of weight to get down to her goal weight. She could drop off the face of the earth tomorrow. Like, this is so serious, and she treats it like it is nothing, and that is part of what makes me so frustrated. The last time I covered a what I ate in a day video, somebody asked me, like, if I was building up my frustration just for YouTube, and I have to tell you guys, no. First of all, like I said before, I'm very pregnant. I'm in my 3rd trimester. My hormones are crazy, so if it seems irrationally angry to you, that's part of the reason why. The second reason why is that this is like an actual hobby of mine. Like, I don't come on to YouTube to give you guys advice on how to lose weight or calorie count or eat healthy or anything like that. But in my own personal life, it is something that I am very interested in. It's something that I do. When I was not pregnant, I did count my calories, and I did try to maintain a reasonable exercise regime. Like, I'm not great at it, so that's why I don't come on here and give advice or anything like that. I mostly do cardio, which is not like the best. I should weight train. But that being said, that is another reason why I get so passionate when she talks about this, is because it is a topic that I care greatly about. So with that out of the way, the other thing I wanted to mention is that she clearly has a new personality in these TikToks, and I don't care for it. She is acting like so smug, as well as trying to be cutesy and like make it all seem so like light and jovial. And that is just not the vibe when you are potentially 700 pounds and not making any progress towards losing weight. And I really hate to speculate on how much exactly she weighs, because there is so much evidence this way, that way, the other. I think it's something that is very personal to each person, so I don't like to usually speculate. That being said, Ron did say that he had received a private message from her that was a photo of her weighing in, and that she had weighed in at 715. At first, I was extremely skeptical because Ron has a public vendetta against Amber. He has a reason to lie, so obviously I'm not going to just take his word at nothing. But hearing her say that she is back up to a highest weight, if Amber's admitting to being at least equal to a highest weight before, then I feel that she has surpassed the weight. I don't think that she would come on here and say that unless she was past it. I think she would play it down like she always does and say, oh, I'm almost at my highest weight. She also does not disclose what the weight is at any point during these videos, which makes me think that is a number that she is extremely ashamed of. And this dress that she is wearing is a 5XL. So to put that into perspective for you, that is an extra, 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 extra large dress. And a dress usually does not fit as snugly as a shirt. And as you can see, there is no room in the collar. It is against her neck. So just to me personally, I believe 700 is within the realm of possibility, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
So I'm getting a late start today. That's all right. I have a cup of red grapes because that is a serving. She is overflowing a little bit, but that's okay. I have a Built Puff cookies and cream. Good source of protein. This has collagen protein, which your girl needs collagen. And then 2-string cheeses. 2-string cheeses. Oh my god. So that is I haven't had a grape in forever. Whoa, good. So yeah, this is what I'm having. Oh, like I have filmed a few what I ate today for TikTok, and y'all love them. But I normally show all my food at once, but I figured I would just like split it up today and see how people like it. So each time I eat, it'll be a separate TikTok. Is that hectic? Or are you guys okay with that? Have you guys ever had grapes and cheese together? Something about it. And I want to show you guys what this looks like. So I've never had this flavor, but I have had the coconut and I've had the brownie, and they taste like literally candy. I'm not allowing myself to have candy, so I'm gonna trick myself and be like, this collagen baby girl is candy, even though it's not.
Okay, so she says that she is not going to allow herself to have candy and that she's going to trick herself into thinking that she's having candy by having this protein bar. It's breakfast. Even if you need to trick yourself into thinking you're having candy, which is already kind of an unhealthy mentality to be going into this with, why would you at breakfast time need to have candy? Are you usually eating breakfast candy and so you have to replace that part of your diet? Because otherwise, if you're only eating candy at night, you should be having your protein bar at night to replace your nightly candy or whatever. Second of all, you'll see later, she absolutely has candy in this what I ate in a day. So she's just talking shit from the beginning. On top of that, I know this is minor and I don't mean to be one of those people that's like, oh, you need to watch your fruit intake. But for her to say that a cup of grapes is a serving and that it's overflowing and that's okay, it's grapes. I don't really care that much. It is just grapes. But that shows to me the greater mentality of how she has always counted calories and why I don't trust her. She will do things like take a spoon that you would eat with to measure out a tablespoon, and it'll be heaping, and she'll be like, yep, 1 tablespoon. And I'm like, no, if you actually got a measuring tablespoon, that would be like 2 to 3 tablespoons. So while it doesn't really matter so much with the grapes because, you know, I am of the belief that you can pretty much have as much fruit and vegetable as you want. I think that you'd be really hard pressed to eat enough fruit to really do yourself in. It just does show her mentality around weighing stuff out. For me personally, and again, I'm not trying to sound preachy to you guys. You guys are not who this is aimed at. But for someone like Amberlynn, I would not even be using measuring cups. I would be weighing it out on the food scale, which we know she has one, so that's not even something she has to go out and purchase. There's no reason to have a cup of grapes when you could have the grams of grapes that you're supposed to have, if that makes sense. Like when I have strawberries, I know that 140 grams of strawberries is 60 calories, so I weigh out 140 grams. On top of that, the protein bar looks disgusting. Granted, I don't like cookies and cream, so that already is not going to be an appealing flavor, but to me, it just looks like when chocolate gets a bit off and it gets kind of dusty, so I don't think that looks appealing. Then she's like, oh my gosh, have you guys ever had cheese and grapes? Like, it hits so hard. Girl, why do you think people have wine and cheese boards? Like, why do you think that's like the thing people do? Because wine and grapes are like a classic combination. Of course that's gonna taste good. And she has to go like so over the top with her reaction to the grapes too. Like she says that the Build bar tastes like candy, but does not give it the same reaction as the grapes because she's faking her reaction to the grapes. I mean, that's just my opinion, but that's what I feel. Anyways, let's check in with her lunch.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna show you my lunch. We have 8 meatballs, which is 2 servings. These are chicken jalapeno, some sort of like cheese type of deal meatballs. And then here we have 2 servings of Brussels sprouts and a serving of corn. Brussels sprouts and corn. Saute that shit with some seasoning, some garlic, and I'm telling you, the combo is divine. I love it. So if you did not see my first TikTok of the day, I'm on a journey. I'm allowed to eat 2,000 calories a day. I am doing intermittent fasting. So I have an 8-hour window to eat those 2,000 calories, and I'll be posting what I eat. Oh my God, that is so good. And a hack, if you guys like black pepper, add it to this. I add quite a bit, but it adds like a kick. It's so good. So these meatballs are actually from Costco. That is hot. All I did was cook them in the air fryer, which is what made them nice and brown, perfectly cooked. You guys, what in the actual hell? I think I just found my favorite meal. So this meal, surprisingly, not many calories. For 2 servings of the meatballs, 300. Corn, 130, so we're at 430. And I put about 60 for the Brussels sprouts. And there's a lot of food. I'm telling you, this plate is massive. But that's really good with like volume eating too. Like you want to stay in your calorie limit, but you want to feel full. You don't want to feel like you're depriving yourself. So that is my plan. Low calorie foods for high volume so I can feel full, because your girl still wants to eat. I'm still hungry, okay? I want to be successful and satisfied.
The way she's talking is like she decided to wake up and do this diet. It's day 1 of the diet from what we know. And she's acting like she's already successful. And that is exactly A, why she won't succeed, and B, why I take issue with that. So let's break it down a little bit further. Number 1, you are never going to succeed going into it with a I already did this mentality when it comes to diet and weight loss. Because that is where you start getting into like, oh, well, I'm already doing so good, I deserve a little reward. Or, oh, I'm already doing so good, I can put myself into a risky situation, which in this context would be like going to a party or something like that. Where when you know that you are not doing it yet and that you're trying, but that you haven't actually achieved anything, which I would consider the first week to 2 weeks, depending on how much weight you need to lose, to be the trial period for a diet. Like once you've been doing it for about 2 weeks, that's when it's like, okay, you can start going out, adding in more like risky things, like going to a restaurant with friends and stuff, because you kind of have an idea of what's going on and what you need to be doing. You've been on track for a little bit, you know what I mean? You're not as likely to be like, oh, well, I just started this diet yesterday. I did so good yesterday, so I guess I can get, you know what I mean? Like that kind of mentality. So for her to come on here saying that this is day 1 of a diet at her new highest weight, which proves that she has not been doing what she should be doing, and be like, oh yeah, you guys, you know, I like volume eating. That's what works for me. And here's tips on how you don't need to be giving people tips if you're brand new to weight loss. Which brings me to the second point, which is what I was talking about earlier. That's why it is so annoying for me, is because it's like, you don't know what works for you, and that's proven by the fact that you have not lost a substantial amount of weight in a very long time. And so to come on here and start acting all authoritative like you have the answers, that's very misleading, because yes, I know that we here in Girl World know the cycles and what goes on with her and yada, yada, yada. However, there are going to be people who find her organically on TikTok who don't know what's going on with her, who don't read the comments, who are going to think that this stuff is going to work. And that's because of how like authoritative she's talking about it. But when we look at her diet from today, it's trash. Like, it's not a good diet. Granted, I do think that you would have to find a very specific person for them to think that her meals are a good idea, but I just don't like that in general. I think that if you're going to come onto the internet and start talking like you actually know what's up, you should have at least a pretty good idea of what you're talking about. So that just irks me on that part. The last thing I want to mention about her lunch is the fact that she says, and then for the Brussels sprouts, I just put 60 calories. What do you mean you just put? Anybody can follow a diet if they're just putting stuff. If I can have a pizza and be like, oh yeah, and then for the pizza, I just put 100 calories. Like, be so for real. 60 calories is 8 Brussels sprouts. To me, it looks like she has more than 8 Brussels sprouts on that plate. Granted, they could just be cut and separated in a way that they look like way more than what they are. But I'm just saying that, like, it just sounds like she's not weighing things out or using appropriate portion sizes. So that's just another reason why I don't trust her calorie counting.
Guys, it is time for me to show my dinner. If you have not watched my other TikToks, I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm eating 2,000 calories a day to lose weight, and I'm showing you guys every meal that I'm eating. So, on a huge bed of lettuce, we have cottage cheese. I'm telling you guys, just listen to me, okay? Get lean ground beef, season it, cook it. I'm not even joking. Add your taco seasoning. You don't need a lot, but add chunky salsa while you're cooking, but make sure the meat is already cooked fully, but add the salsa into the meat. So it's not a cold salsa, you're getting like a warm salsa with the meat. It is so flavorful because it's literally just like tomatoes and onions and jalapeno. It's nothing crazy, but honestly, it volumizes the meat and gives it spectacular flavor. So I am going to be having a little bit of crunch-a-dunch, okay? So these are the Wild protein crackers. If you guys haven't heard of Wild chips, it's literally such a good source of protein. If you're a snacker and you love chips, it's made out of chicken. And it's so good. I've never had the crackers before though. So this is a first time for me. And a serving is 20 crackers. Oh, they stink. So let's just try one. Oh my God. They're so good. It's smoked Gouda flavor. It's literally baked with real chicken breast, chicken bone broth, and smoked Gouda. Ta-da! Oh my God. This looks so good. I love cottage cheese. It's honestly so versatile. Like, genuinely. 10 out of 10. Oh my God, it's so good. And my cottage cheese is nice and warm now from being on the meat. It just tastes so good. Risky behavior. These are super crunchy. I highly doubt they're gonna get soggy. Oh yeah, this is a great dinner. You guys, do not sleep on this. Please try it. You can do it to make it fit your calories. Like for me, I have 2 servings of lean beef, honey. I'm a big girl and I'm hungry. I still have enough calories for snack later. I am a snacky girl. And if I do not let myself have a few snacks, I'm gonna fail. But you could do half a serving of cottage cheese, only 1 serving of the lean beef, half a serving of this, because I'm telling you, 20 is a lot. So 10 is, I could have just used 10. You know for next time, but 2,000 calories goes a long way when you're eating very low calories that are voluminous and you get lots of it.
Okay, this part is going to sound overly picky, and I understand that. So just know that I know that I'm being annoying right now. But I, first of all, don't like seeing her put those little chips on top of the taco bowl. I understand that she's saying that it's just chicken, like dehydrated chicken with cheese flavoring. However, just for my brain, it looks like Cheez-Its, and so it feels so weird. And then second of all, do you guys eat this much meat and cheese? Like, to me, it seems like so much meat and cheese. Because in the morning, she had 2 cheese sticks, and then for lunch, she had 8 meatballs, and then now she's having ground beef with dehydrated chicken on top and cottage cheese. Like, that just feels like so much meat and dairy. I don't know if I'm the outlier in this. I just feel like I don't eat this much meat and dairy. There's not like a whole ton of carbs that she's having. So maybe she's trying to do like a very low carb kind of thing. But I don't know. Just for me, I don't think I could stomach eating that much meat and dairy. That seems crazy to me. So let me know about that down in the comments below. But aside from that, I am just going to say I don't like the reliance on these prepackaged foods. It's not that I think that prepackaged foods are like the devil or anything. I eat a ton of prepackaged food throughout my week as well. It's just that I feel like she's using it as a crutch because I don't understand what she's trying to get with the protein snacks. She's already having 2 servings of meatballs, 2 servings of ground beef. You're having a lot of like fresh protein. I don't understand why she is chasing the protein so much. Yeah, I don't know. I understand that people say that protein fills you up, and so maybe that's what she's going for, but you do need other things. Like for me personally, I've noticed that if I eat very high protein, that doesn't actually make me feel that full. For me personally, I need to have a higher fat diet. So I eat like a lot of avocados and things like that because that is what for me makes me feel full. So I feel like she just heard that protein is important and now she's doing that because I don't think that it's actually helping with her appetite. I guess what I'm trying to get at is that I feel that this is day 1 of a diet. She heard that eating a lot of protein keeps you full because she has issues surrounding eating, let's put it that way. I think that she's looking for a way to quiet down the food noise. And rather than doing what I do, which is I usually eat like 6 small meals, they're really more like little snacks throughout the day because I just like to eat little and often. Rather than do that, she's trying to pack in all this protein, hoping that that will make her food noise stop, which I'm sure it works for some people. Everything works differently for everybody, but just for her, I don't see that really helping her out. And just to clarify that, I think that because I think she needs therapy, not because I think there's a problem with eating a high protein diet. I just don't think her food noise is going to go away like that just by having these prepackaged protein snacks.
Do not come for me, okay? Your girl has a snack, 571 calories worth. So I'm in a calorie deficit. I'm eating 2,000 calories a day. And I saved a lot of calories for snacky snack time. Some nights I will do that and some other nights I won't. I am used to snacking at night. So I replaced my trash snacks with some healthier snacks. So let's get into it. I'm gonna have this little mini bag of white cheddar popcorners, a little mini bag of the kettle corn flavor. And these are actually really small, like 80 calories, 90 calories. And then here's my little snack bowl. This is so funny. I have 2 chocolate rice cakes. I have 4 of these caramel apple Werthers. I have 2 Laughing Cow cheeses, 1 per. It's just the original. These are so low calorie. I recommend getting these instead of using like regular cream cheese because these are lower calorie and they're just like individual wedges. Last but not least, we have 2 clementines. So personally, thinking about a clementine right now is making my mouth water. So I'm gonna dive right into her. That sounded... Oop, she just squirted. Amberlynn. So you guys, I did it. I have 11 calories remaining. I am eating every last calorie besides those 11. Those little pesky 11. I feel like today was super nutritious. This is nature's candy.
I know she's lying about the fruit because if she felt like that was nature's candy, she would not need the Werther's chocolate or whatever she has. Like, why even start out your day saying you're not going to have any candy and then know that you have candy in the house and that you're the kind of person who's going to go for the candy? And then she doesn't even address it at all by saying that, oh, you know, oops, I slipped up or whatever. She's just still talking like she's got it all figured out.
But yeah, today's been nutritious. It's been filling. I've just had overall a successful day. But let me show you how these little guys work. So obviously you can spread it on top of the rice cake, but I'm not doing it like that today. I'm just dipping her. Oh my god. Why is that so good? Like, who is she? This is just proving you can be in a calorie deficit, eat voluminous foods, go to bed not hungry, baby girl.
Couple of notes. First of all, this is the same bowl that she was having her cereal treats in. So you can see in this clip that she could easily fit 4, potentially 5 clementines in that bowl. And she was filling it to the brim with cereal and then pouring milk in so that the cereal came up like over the edge of the bowl. So that's gotta be at least half of a box of cereal in that bowl. If you're talking about not the family size, just like the regular standard size box of cereal. So that's crazy, and I think that we can definitely see the patterns that led to her becoming this new highest weight that she's talking about. Second of all, cream cheese on a chocolate rice cake is kind of crazy. I don't know if that's a weird flavor combination in my brain only, and everybody else thinks that's normal, but to me, I'm like, I don't know, that seems kind of crazy to me. I can't see that working. Also, she says this snack is 570 calories. That's not a snack, that's a 4th meal. And earlier, I think in her 3rd TikTok, she said that she's a snacking kind of person, so she left room for snacks. I'm a snacking person, meaning that I have to have multiple snacks throughout the day. If she just needs 1 additional meal, she should just eat 4 meals, in which case she could make something a little bit more balanced for her last meal. Not that it really matters, because I don't think Amber's going to stick to this. I think that at most we may get a week of these TikToks of what I eat in a day. And even on that, I genuinely think it is only because she is hurting for money. Apparently Keemstar's a little irritated with her right now, so I don't know if she's going to be able to go back to the LCU or not. He's getting married this weekend, so he's not going to be able to weigh in or give any news on what's going on there. Emily's irritated with her. So I suspect she's been doing a lot of emotional eating about her situation, and she's finally snapped out of it. She got on the scale, realized she's at her highest weight, realized she's running out of money, and was like, shoot, let me upload a quick 4 TikToks so that I can get paid out, and then we'll go from there. So I think she's trying to get the pieces together, but I don't think that she is going to have a successful weight loss journey. So it doesn't really matter what my feedback is on her diet, because she's not going to A, probably watch my video, and B, if she did, she's probably not going to take the advice in it. So it doesn't really matter, but at the end of the day, I just think it's crazy for her to say that she's the kind of person who likes to snack, and then to make this snack bowl, sit down, and she's gonna eat it all right now. Like, she ate the cream cheese, she ate the rice cakes. She kind of implies that she's gonna eat the chips and the candies, but she doesn't do that right then. So I don't know if she waited like 30 minutes and had them, or if she did hold those off till later in the night, but I just find it very difficult to believe that this snack was not eaten within very close proximity to each other, since she took the time to go ahead and pack it all out and then didn't say specifically when she'd be eating it. And then I really don't like the way she signed off, being like, see y'all, this is just proof that you can stay within your calories and go to bed feeling full. Unless she was going to bed right after that meal, there's no way she could make that claim. The hardest part of the day when you're dieting, to me personally, is after you had your last meal, you realize you can't eat anymore, and bedtime is still a little ways off. So to finish up your last snack and be like, oh yeah, you can go to bed full, like, I wouldn't make that claim until the next morning. And I don't really think it's possible on day 1 of a diet to go to bed feeling satisfied. That's my personal feelings on it. If you have day 1 on a diet, gone to bed feeling full and satisfied, that's great. But for me, I always feel like, you know, I'm not starving, but I'm a little hangry. Like, I'm a little irritated I didn't eat as much as I usually do, because you get used to eating a large volume of food when you're overeating. That being said, I did see some people in her comments talking about how 2,000 calories was too much and she should be eating less, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree with that. Even if we take her at being her highest recorded on her YouTube channel of 572.4 or whatever, she could lose weight eating over 2,000 calories. And I'm going to put the little screenshot of that up on the screen for you guys so you can see that I put it into the calorie calculator, and that's where I got my information from. So I take no issue with her eating 2,000 calories. I just think that she is over relying on not just protein, but specifically prepackaged protein, like gimmick foods, I guess I would say, rather than just getting it straight from the source. And again, I have no issue with prepackaged food. Like, I actually do think that rice cakes can be a great way to get a snack when you're on a diet, and they're obviously highly processed themselves. It's just, I think that when you're relying on a food to do something other than fill you up, it's kind of, that's where I don't like to rely on it. So like, I don't like to rely on a prepackaged food because you're like, oh, this is going to give me 25 grams of protein, especially like I said, she's eating so much meat and cheese. She should be getting enough natural protein where she doesn't need the prepackaged snacks. But I don't know. I know that's controversial, so I'm not trying to like harsh you guys' vibes. If that's something that works for you, that's great for you. I'm just giving you my personal thoughts on the situation. But either way, if you guys made it this far, you already know. Stay Delulu, but not that Delulu. And I'll catch you in the next one.